So Mike, we're at the end of the RAISE project, and you've been involved pretty much from the very beginning. So I'd like to look at 3 questions today, if that's all right, to get your perspective as project manager and really as the person who's been a driving force behind this. So the first question would be, what do you think's worked well?
Well, for a start, I think the actual technology has worked really well. We've actually been able to have a very reliable video connection between the day centre and the surgery at Martello. The picture quality has been very, very good. Sound quality, everything of that nature has been very reliable. That's enabled us to have very good sessions with the participants. I think it's also been striking that the people taking part in the sessions have adapted very well to actually being in front of a big television screen. That has not proved to be any form of barrier. In fact, it's actually almost encouraged people to talk openly with the clinician about their health, their conditions, and to open up and to encourage a very frank discussion. And I think that's been beneficial for both sides. It's been beneficial to the patients and it's been beneficial to the clinician as well.
So I suppose, what challenges have you found from the project? You know, things that have not gone so as you might have hoped.
Well, in terms of the video consultations, you know, we weren't able to perhaps recruit as many people as we might have liked. We focused on one particular surgery, the Martello Health Centre at Dymchurch. So we were slightly restricted in the number of people that we could potentially sign up as recruits to the project, because we liked the people to be regular attendees at the day centre as well. So we had a fairly limited number of people to start with. That was one challenge. There are also practical issues with any project of this nature. It's sometimes difficult to actually make the arrangements to get an older person who may have health conditions, may have other commitments and so forth, to actually attend the centre at a stipulated time and put them in front of the screen to match up with the clinician at the other end. So practically arranging those sessions and chaperoning people between the telehealth readings that were taken, taking them into the video room for the session, that is challenging, and it does take quite a bit of time to organise and arrange a schedule of appointments on that basis.
Good point. But what have been, would you say, have you got any success stories, if you like, or you know?
Plenty, yeah. I mean, you know, again, we're only talking about small numbers. You know, about 10 people have been taking regular video sessions with us, but it's highlighted a number of real or live clinical issues. People have had a lot of concerns that they've been able to talk about with the clinician. Most of the sessions have been with Jenny Bostock, but we have also had a couple of doctors involved with the sessions as well. All 3 of the participants from the clinician's perspective have reported favourably from their perspective on the sessions. But in terms of benefits to the individual participants, one gentleman, for example, suffers from diabetes. He lives with diabetes on a day-to-day basis. He's had issues, for example, with a wound taking time to heal on his leg. He's had opportunities to discuss issues around diabetes and medication reviews and such things, but he's also been able to benefit from the video link, having the Zoom facility to look at the state of his wound on his leg as is required. Other people have had opportunities to bring in doctor's letters about blood tests and discuss the results and have the results interpreted and explained to them in a much more effective way, and it's sort of address any concerns that they may have had about possible ambiguities arising from the way the hospital letters have been phrased. And I think just that general sort of issue about being able to help carers look after their own health. You know, there have been a couple of couples taking part in the project, one of whom is taking care of the other partner. We need to be aware of the health of the carer as well as the person being cared for. and I think this has given an opportunity for carers to talk about their issues and concerns with a clinician as well.
Excellent. Final question is, could you see a future for this type of project beyond what we've done?
Very much so. I think there is huge potential here. The exact way in which it will be used, because I think it will be used in the future, still needs to be determined. I think there's a huge scope here for further work to be done to work out where it can be used to most effect, where it can be used most appropriately, and it forms part of the way ahead. It's not the solution obviously in itself, but it's certainly part of what we should be looking to do, because it brings a new dimension and creates that improved access that was one of the original aims of the project, to try and sort of enable people to have that more regular contact with a clinician to discuss concerns about long-term conditions, ongoing conditions. So I think there is a future for this sort of thing. We need to look at it in a lot more detail as well to find out exactly where that future is.
Excellent. Well, Mike, again, I think people would want me to say, for all those people that you've worked with, both the clinicians and the patients involved, the participants involved, and certainly all of the various staff members at the day centre, the Romney Marsh Day Centre where this has been based, to say a huge thank you for bringing it all together and for making it happen, really, and for on week, bringing all that coordination together. So thank you for your part in this, and well, hopefully somebody will be watching this and we'll be able to take it forward to another stage.
I think it's a good example of integrated care in action, and it deserves the opportunity to be explored further.
Thank you very much. Thank you.